If you were thinking about moving to the Raleigh, North Carolina area, today we're going to be talking about 5 Raleigh suburbs that you should consider checking out. Stick around.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I'm Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. That number on the screen, we put it there because we are licensed real estate brokers in the area, which means as much as we love to make these videos for you, we love to help you with your real estate needs even more. So if you've got questions about the area, questions about real estate in the area, we'd love to chat with you. So feel free to reach out. Like Cindy was saying, today's video is on the top suburbs in the Raleigh area. So with that being said, let's dig in. All right, the first one we're going to talk about today is Wake Forest. Wake Forest is on the northeast side of Raleigh. So it's a little bit isolated compared to the others as far as highway access or just accessibility to the rest of the triangle. But it is a very, very, very nice area. So the population size of Wake Forest is right around 45,000. And the average single family detached home is 540,000, right? 560. I was close. I was very close. But yeah, I mean, all in all though, Wake Forest is a really great suburb, has great schools, great parks, great neighborhoods. It's just a really nice area.
Yeah, we really love Wake Forest. One particular place in Wake Forest that we really like is called Joyner Park. It's an amazing park. It's got actually, before Zach and I got married, Zach lived in Wake Forest, so he knows way more about Wake Forest than I do. But when I would visit him, then we would go to Joyner Park all the time, and it's just like this expansive land area with like walking trails, and it has kind of like old little like farmhouses, I guess. I don't know, like old barns maybe is a better way to put it, which is really cool. And then about 2 or 3 years ago, they added an amazing playground and rec center to the park. So now it's just even more expansive. We've been to weddings there. Like, it's a great park for sure. And that's not the only great park in Wake Forest, and that there's also greenway trails in Wake Forest and the Neuse River that runs through there. It has walking trails beside it, kayak launch, just a lot of great natural areas, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next suburb on our list is Cary. Cary's actually pretty large, so we're calling it a suburb, but I feel like it's really, all of these places are definitely like standalone places.
They are. They're just suburbs because Raleigh's bigger.
Right.
And they benefit from the size and the economy and the growth of Raleigh.
Yeah, exactly. So Cary has a population of about 170,000 people, so significantly larger than Wake Forest, and actually a lot larger than the other suburbs we're going to be talking about today. But Cary is a great place to live. Though a lot of people realize it's a great place to live, and it taps out as one of the more expensive places on our list today.
It's the most popular one.
Yeah, it's very popular. So the average home price in Cary, and these are single family home prices, by the way, so we're taking out townhomes and condos because most people that reach out to us tend to be focused on single family, so we want it to be a realistic picture for them. But those prices are a little over $600,000 on average. So that's not to say there's not things that are less, and there's significantly things that are more, of course, too, but that's kind of an average that's there. And as much as we said that that Wake Forest had great greenway trail system, Cary's is much more expansive. It is.
The thing that one of the things that Cary has that Wake Forest does not have is highway access as well. So Cary's very, really centrally located for the whole triangle. So you can get to Durham quick, you can get to Chapel Hill quick, you can get to Raleigh quick. You can get really anywhere in the triangle quick from Cary, which is not the case for Wake Forest. But yeah, it's a great area.
Yeah, for sure. People really like Cary because of the fact that it has amazing school districts and ratings just for the public districted schools there. Tons of parks. The downtown area is really nice and amazing. They've got just it's a great atmosphere to
Yeah.
be downtown for sure. And like Zach mentioned, having that easy access to the highway, especially if you have a job that's maybe going to be taking you into the Research Triangle Park, Cary is going to be the closest of all of those on the list today.
Yeah, absolutely. Next on the list is Apex. Apex is smaller than Cary. It's kind of like, it's Cary's younger sibling.
Yes.
Is how I describe Apex to folks. So the population Apex is 60,
About 55,000.
I'm always close, but I'm never right on it.
Yeah, about 55,000. And the average price point there is actually higher than Cary for the most recent data, which was September of 2022. So the average price point for single family homes in September in Apex was 650,000.
Yep. Which isn't necessarily a good representation of what it's been all year, but it is a snapshot of the current market.
Right. And a big part of, I think, why the Apex average is really high is because there's a lot of newer custom build neighborhoods that are like over $1 million, and I think that those really bring it up. But the resale homes there are definitely less expensive.
Yeah. But Apex in general has a lot that Cary has. It has close proximity to the rest of the triangle, and it has great greenway trails, great parks, great schools. It's like I said, it's Cary's younger sibling.
Yeah,
is what it is.
It's really similar. It's the big difference between Apex and Cary is that Cary was starting to get really established like back in the 90s, and Apex is starting to get really established like now. So things are a lot newer in Apex. So if like a newer home is appealing to you, you might find more homes that are newer in Apex. Additionally, more grocery stores and things like that are newer in that area as well. And one thing that does make Apex stand out, I think, from the others is its proximity to Jordan Lake. Jordan Lake, there's a section of it that it's a huge lake. So there's parts of it from all over the triangle, but it has great access to Jordan Lake in Apex. So if you're into, you know, if you just want to sit on like the beach area there or hiking, kayaking, things like that, it's a great place for that.
Yeah. All right, the next one on the list is Fuquay. So Fuquay is on the southern side of Raleigh, the southwest side. And Fuquay is one of the smaller ones that we're talking about today. And the price points are actually the lowest.
Yeah. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So the population in Fuquay is only 30,000. So definitely a smaller amount. And by the way, Fuquay is technically called Fuquay-Varina, but that's just a mouthful. So if you're local around here, everybody forgot about Varina like 30 years ago. It's just Fuquay. So you'll see that it is one of our smaller, and it's probably the more rural feeling out of all of them, but it has been kind of exploding with new construction lately. So it does have a lot of good options. And because of that, the average price there, it is lower, which is really good, but it's also the farthest away from Raleigh that we're talking about today. So the average price in Fuquay is about $480,000 for a single family home.
Yeah, which is significantly lower than the other areas. So that's really, and you get more. So we did a separate video on Fuquay, and one of the fascinating things is the price isn't just lower, but the price for the square footage of the house you're getting is lower. So you can get a bigger home, a much larger home in Fuquay for significantly less. And it's so a lot of folks, you know, prefer the Fuquay area for that reason. So,
And Fuquay, though, compared to our other towns, I would say has the least amount of amenities. You know, it has some parks, and there is technically has two downtowns, which is cool, a Fuquay downtown and a Varina, because it used to be two towns way back when. But there is some of that like local feel, but not quite as much as you get like in Cary and Apex and Wake Forest. So it's a little smaller, but if you don't mind that and you're more of a homebody type, then Fuquay is a great place to be because, you know, it's safe and cute, but it's also a lot less expensive. All
right, the last one on the list is Holly Springs. Holly Springs is my second favorite one on the list.
What's your first favorite?
My first favorite is Wake Forest. My second favorite is Holly Springs, and it didn't used to be that high on my list, but I've really come to love Holly Springs. And it's great. It is one of the smaller ones. So the population there was 35,000. And the purchase price
is about $590,000.
I'm terrible at remembering numbers, so thankfully Cindy does a much better job at it.
I'm not very good at it either. But I can remember apparently a little longer than you.
Holly Springs, their neighborhoods, a lot of them kind of have this like country club, like a ton of amenities feel to it.
Not country club like fancy. Zach always uses this word the way I would never use it. Country club to me is like snobby, golf course neighborhood. That's not what this is, really.
No, well, maybe the word I'm looking for is resort.
Yeah, resort-like, because they have really cool.
That's the word. Yeah,
like really cool pools and clubhouses.
Right.
So it's laid back. It's not snobby.
Yeah, it's not snobby.
Yeah,
it's the opposite of snobby.
Yeah,
it's very resort-like. But yeah, I mean, Holly Springs in general has all the amenities that you want. It has highway access for the most part. It's still pretty far south, but it still has highway access. Great neighborhoods, resort-like neighborhoods. I love Holly Springs.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's a great town for sure. There's a lot of shopping that's close by to all the neighborhoods. I feel like no matter what neighborhood you pick in Holly Springs, you're like not far from like the major retailers in the area, which is really nice.
Yeah,
there's a Chick-fil-A, which is very important for any town. No good town exists that doesn't have a Chick-fil-A. Doesn't have a Chick-fil-A, it's like way down on the list. Worst cities in America.
Yeah, I went to the Target in Holly Springs one time this summer, and honestly, like everyone in there looked like they just like been at the pool all day, and it was a work day.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is my town. This is where I want to be. We don't live in Holly Springs, but it's I love it there. It's great.
It is a really good town. Really nice. It has a similar. So if Cary is like, if Apex is Cary's younger brother, I think Holly Springs is Apex's cousin. They're kind of similar, but we're making it confusing for you guys. Anyway, these are all great towns and have different kind of minis that make them awesome. And to kind of put it into perspective, the population size in Raleigh is about 500,000. So these towns are significantly smaller than Raleigh is, but Raleigh's more, expansive mileage-wise too. So it's not that it's like way more congested or anything. And the average price point in Raleigh, though, is way less expensive than any of these suburbs, around $450,000. So it does make a big difference.
Yeah, it does. But if you like this video, make sure to check out our other videos. We actually have videos on each one of these, sometimes multiple videos on each one of these suburbs that we talked about today. So make sure to check those out. Like I said earlier, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That number on the screen, that is our number. You can text it, you can call it. If you have questions about real estate or questions about the area, we'd love to chat with you. You can also find us on social media. Yep,
you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at The Honeycut Realtors, or you can go to our website, honeycutrealtors.com.
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you there. If you do send us a direct message on Facebook or Instagram, be sure to hit the follow button first, because if not, it just goes to our spam.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss you.
Yeah, absolutely. But thanks again for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.
Action.
All right, next.
Action.